pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the buck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I show you shit you never seen. The 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8th if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman. That ain't my style. Need a real street stalker. Walk a green mile. Piling up the paper on the dining room table. Cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable. Keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with some $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man. They need $1 billion bitch. Put my pimpin' in your life. Watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK. Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp? And what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame. You know the game and how it goes. We try to get chose.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Hello, everybody. It is Arty of Arty's Corporate Fiction. How you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. Well, it's a happy Wednesday, but it's not so happy. It's a not so happy anniversary for the Americans among us. I cannot believe it's 23 years. I cannot believe it's 23 years since 9/11. And it's like, and the thing is, because you guys are like, on average, like an older audience, I can't even like make fun of you for being 5 years old when it happened, because I was like 16. Thanks, Chester. Anyway, so I saw this briefly on Mike's channel, and I felt like it looked pretty funny, so I felt like I had to share it with you guys. It's a proceeding featuring Judge Fleischer out of Harris County, Texas. Involves a sovereign citizen acting crazy, because I think it sounded like, I only stopped in for a little bit, but it sounded like an arraignment or a status hearing. So I'm actually very interested to see where this goes. Let me make sure the capture is correct. Uh-oh. Why not? Uh-oh. Not capturing. Uh-oh. All right, you know what? We're gonna do this. All right, let's see what how this works.
All right, Mr. Emmetum, come on up.
Oh, yeah, real quick, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Oh my God, I just realized I'm missing my hat. I gotta plug the store. There we go. All right. www.artysmerch.com. Get your hat and t-shirt. All right.
Come on up. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Damn it, the freaking fan. Hold
I need Lori to put this on there. Lori. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So today is September 11th, 2024. It's approximately 12:25 p.m. We are now in court 5. In front of me, I have Eaton Emitum, case number 2522688. Would you please identify yourself for purpose of the record?
Living man eats on Amazon.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? That you're going to tell the truth. That's it. Yes? Okay. State, would you identify?
Drop on behalf of the state.
Okay.
on. So far, so good.
The reason that we're putting this on the record now is Mr. Emitum has been charged with the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon. The case
Okay.
is 40 days old. It appears that probable cause has already been found. I
Oh.
don't know if I did probable cause on this, or if I don't know if another judge did, because I don't remember Mr. Emitum, and I was out a week. Yeah, lollygagging. So let's just do it for.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers observed a car without a front license plate, changed lanes without a signal, and
Mm.
have expired registration as of March
Mm.
2023.
All right, that sounds more like a
Upon
sovereign
approaching,
citizen.
officers smelled marijuana. PC search
Marijuana.
returned 4.17 grams and a Lotus Smith & Wesson handgun. Additionally, there was a backpack with 3 checks that did not belong to him. Officer called Kumamoto, who said the checks were stolen from her restaurant on July 8th. When defendant broke the front window, went to the back where the checks were kept in the office, broke the hinge of the back door and exited.
So as a result, because of that, he was charged with felony fraud on that one,
That's
on the
correct.
check. Okay. Yes, he has an open case in the 182nd. Looks like he made a $15,000 bond. With us, I am going to find there's probable cause to go forward. Well, hold on a second. We'll get there. I'll let you say your piece, but do you have a Texas driver license?
I have a US dot private property number with the FMCSA. What my vehicle was on there, it was sticker tags, everything with my business. and it's on the
Oh
states.
no,
That's what the
he did the US dot thing. Okay, so I think I've seen a lot of American nationals do this. And it's starting to get a little bit more popular where instead of getting a driver's license, these guys register their vehicles or I don't want to say register. They list their vehicles with the US Department of Transportation. And I guess in there when you there's like a selection that could say that your vehicle is non-commercial. And so by doing that, it gets them out of state registration and licensing. It's as stupid as it sounds.
Department of Transportation.
Is that from the state of Texas or from where?
This is federal. This is with the Department of Transportation.
Okay, no, but you still need a Texas driver license, and you need registration and
I did
on a
all my best
vehicle.
with them because it was private property that I had. They said I didn't, if I didn't need to get registration with the state of Texas because I registered it. And they said that would be my voluntary, but since it's private property, I wouldn't have to register it.
Exactly.
Okay. From what I know of the law, you need a Texas driver license to be able to drive.
I mean, this is, what jurisdiction is this case being tried on? That's why I'm trying to,
Jurisdiction.
'cause I'm kind of don't know what it's being tried on.
It's
Criminal, civil, or-
criminal,
State of-
yeah,
so
right?
the-
You're facing jail time, right?
I believe so. But
Weren't you taken to
Yeah.
jail?
Yeah.
So that wouldn't lead you to believe it's criminal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but under common law or
Oh God. Okay, so he's doing the. I always keep saying the frog script, and I'm going to call it the frog script. The problem with the frog script is that it's presuming that the individual using that script is dealing with a traffic violation, and the reason I say that is because as many of you know, depending on the state, traffic violations or violations of the traffic code can either be a civil, quasi-civil, or criminal action. And so the script kind of tries to play on that situation, even though generally, depend on if your traffic violation comes with the risk of jail time, you could essentially assume it's going to be treated as a criminal matter, even if it's not technically a crime under the statute. That's how it is in New Jersey. New Jersey traffic violations are considered quasi crimes, but the process by going through it is effectively like as though it's a criminal action. But the script doesn't really apply when it's an actual crime, like unlawful carrying of unlawful possession of a weapon.
is it military and tribune? Because also with
Oh, I've been waiting for something like this for so long.
Oh no!
This is so much fun.
No, he's like me. Oh, he's excited for it. Damn it. Oh, he's a viewer. He's an aficionado. He's like, I've been watching so many videos. Oh, and I finally get to have one myself. He's just like me for real.
I'm just trying to see what I'm being tried on, because what I was told with the US side, I wouldn't have to register with the state of Texas with the registration or licensing. I do have my own place with that vehicle too as well. So
You need a license to drive, a Texas driver license. That's it. You either have one or you don't.
Where's
The federal government has regulated to the states, through the Constitution, that they have allowed the states on their own initiative to create laws regarding driving on highways and byways. So that's why you see every single state has different requirements for licensing, insurance, mode of transportation. The federal government has somewhat to do with it, but by and large, they have delegated to the states that they are their own entity with regard to creating laws in their specific highways.
Yeah.
So that's why every single state has a different type of license, different type of insurance. Like the Texas driver license is white versus Arkansas might be yellow or red, or Hawaii might be. So that's every single state has their own laws with regard. In Texas, you have to have a Texas driver license. You also have to have liability insurance as a minimum in the event that you get into an accident. Those are the two main requirements that you need to drive. If you're going to drive a vehicle, it also has to be registered so that they know that you're driving the vehicle and that you own it or have the right to have that, so it's not a stolen vehicle.
I own the vehicle and everything. When I was here the last hearing with the judge, like what he was saying, he said that when it had applied to me, but he was going to see what they were going to say about the other court about the probable cause of stopping me, because he said registration when it had in the front license plate when it had applied to me.
It does apply. It applies to everybody. Everybody has to have a back license plate. They also have to have a front license plate. And so much, they also tell you where it has to be on the car. They regulate, you can't put it in the windshield.
State, right?
State,
Yeah.
right. They tell you where it has to be. You can't put it on the windshield. You can't put it on, like on what's it called, on the light. It's got to be right there. They even tell you how many centimeters it's supposed to be from the street to the actual place on the car. That's how
Which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
bad the state of Texas micromanages all these things. They
Yeah,
even tell you how
true. I mean, you would think in the state of Texas they wouldn't micromanage that much when it comes to freaking a license plate, but yeah.
many damn centimeters it's got to be on the car. So you have to have a front license plate. You got to have a license, got to have insurance. So if you don't have that, you can't drive. And that's it.
Yeah, I did tell him I was traveling. I wasn't arguing with him, but I was traveling. I wasn't making commerce. I used to do medical transportation, so I'm kind of aware with licensing,
Oh, yeah?
registration, and everything. That's why with my private vehicles, I did that with the US DOT instead of the state. And I didn't know that was
Correct. You
interference. They
you
said,
need a license. It doesn't matter whether you're saying you're conveying, whether you're traveling, whether you're, you know, driving. It's a privilege. It's not a right, right? There's a big difference between a privilege versus a right. You have the right to
I
walk.
have the right to travel, don't I?
Yeah, and taking your happy-go-lucky feet. You want to
Yeah.
travel,
That's
take
me.
those 2
With your
feet
feet?
to travel, not in a car.
By bus,
What the 14th Amendment was saying, like I have the right to travel.
You do. Yes, and you
that's not in the 14th Amendment, but the it was explicitly, for a refresh, the right to travel was explicitly stated in the Articles of Confederation. It was then taken out of the Constitution, but the Supreme Court had held pretty early on that the right to travel obviously it still exists. It may not be explicitly stated, but the right to travel interstate among the states is there and a cornerstone of your individual rights as an American citizen.
can walk your happy ass from one part to the other part. Not in a car though, not without a license and insurance.
Was on there from what I did this with the Department of Transportation. They said automobiles were on there, carrier,
wrong.
bicycles.
They're wrong. I'm just telling you now, they're wrong. Whoever told you that, whoever, where you got that, it's complete. Because imagine this, Mr. Emiton, and I've seen this before. Imagine
Oh
that
yeah,
you get into an accident, right? And you kill a 5-year-old kid. What's going to happen at that point? Whoever owns that car, the other people, they're going to come after you. They're not going to go after they're going to come after you. The first thing they're going to do is, do you have insurance? And if you don't have insurance, they're going to sue you. And then they're going to attach a lien on absolutely everything that you own to satisfy the judgment they get against you. And they will take your house, they will take your
Yep.
car, they will take
Yep.
your bank account, they will attach to where
they will
if you
garnish your
ever want
wages,
to start
everything.
working and get a paycheck, they're going to garnish all that money. You have insurance, liability insurance, so that if you ever get into an accident,
Of course
you don't
not.
mean
Just,
to do it. You didn't mean to kill the kid. It's not an purposement. It's an accident. And accidents happen. You might be looking at your phone. You're looking at, this pretty girl that's walking across the street, and then boom, you have insurance so that if that happens, the insurance company will pay on your behalf, so you don't have to pay out of your own pocket. And they will even give you a lawyer to represent you on your behalf, because that's what you pay for when you get insurance.
it
If you get
depends on
into
the
an
insurance
accident,
carrier.
Lawyers usually call you and say, hey man, tell me what happened. Was it your fault? Or was it the other people's fault? Because we want to know who to pay. And that's why for $30 to $40 a month, you get insurance for that very purpose. And I've seen people come here, they have killed someone and they get a $250,000 judgment against them. I've seen it. And God, you'll never dig yourself out of it.
Or alternatively, they'll the carrier will subrogate. Oh wait, that's for the awarding party. Never mind. That's for the victim.
So the conveying, this, that, you need a license. You got to have insurance. And we do it with every single person that comes here.
Can I say for the unlawful carry, the possession of marijuana, the person that was in the vehicle told the officer it was legal hemp that they got from the store. They have receipts and everything in Texas. You can have legal hemp. They got it from the store. Even told the officer it was theirs. He pulled me out the car. He didn't ask for any paperwork.
Now you're making the apples and oranges, right? Now we got to test it. Is it weed?
Oh yeah,
Is it him?
That's it.
Understand that takes time, but you also need a lawyer to represent you.
I found my own discovery. I was representing myself pro se.
And you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
but we have to go through a series of questions.
I represented myself plenty of times. I had dismissals here from Harris
Remember,
County.
and for purposes of the record, so Mr. Emitom had a case with me here. It was actually June 7th of 2022. He was charged with another gun case, and that was with Victoriano. God, that was a great DA too. And I found no probable cause in that case, right? So you didn't represent yourself in that case. I found no probable cause and they dismissed it. They didn't have to dismiss it, but they did dismiss it. So other than that case, have you ever represented yourself?
Yeah, many times. I have dismissals all through here from Harris County. Traffic
Oh, yeah?
violations,
You're welcome to do it, and, who's one of the worst, who's one of the best presidents that in history that you
I
can
don't
think
know.
about right now?
Lincoln.
wonderful to me right now.
You can't think of one good president that we've ever had?
I don't know any,
Abraham Lincoln, he wasn't good?
I never met him. I don't know.
He's a
about him
lawyer.
at that time.
Abraham Lincoln said something, he goes, you know what? He who represents himself
Self
has a fool
the
for a
fool
client.
for a client.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Meaning that when you represent yourself, there is an inherent conflict and there's an inherent bias,
Yes.
and
And
you
yes.
may not be able to see things objectively. Meaning
I actually don't even know if that's actually from Lincoln. I don't know where that quote is actually from.
that you have your heart, you've got your soul into this case. So you may not be able to see from an
It was
outside
Holmes.
position
Okay.
if they're saying something that makes sense. You're absolutely entitled to represent yourself. And if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to it. And I have no problem with you doing it. You need to understand though, if you represent yourself, you can't come at a later day and say, you know what? I had ineffective assistance of counsel. My lawyer sucked. Well, you
Yeah.
represented yourself. You now can't complain about that. If you go to trial and you lose and I end up putting your butt in jail for a year, you can't complain. You're stuck like Chuck for a whole year because that's what you're facing. You're facing a year in jail and you got a bunch of other documents too that,
Oh, it was Lincoln.
so,
My discovery from that last month that I
well,
filed.
let's do the question. So what is your full name?
Eton,
All right. So they're going through the oh my God. Beretta questions. There you go.
wrote the Amazon.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Where were you born?
In America.
Were you born here in Houston? Were you born in,
From Texas.
okay. You read and write English, right? Okay. Do you have any learning disabilities or communication handicaps? Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent or treated for any mental health disorder? Okay. You said last time I asked you about your educational background, you graduated from high school.
Graduated high school, some college.
How far did you get in college?
About 2.5 years.
Did you do any legal courses whatsoever?
Left that and I started doing medical transportation. I was taking classes for paramedics. I was just doing my basics. I was doing my basics.
Studying in college.
I was just doing my basics. I ain't getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And when you're beginning, that's all you do anyways, right? Do you have any legal training, education, or experience?
I've had experience with dealing with the court being charged before.
And any other legal? Do you know about the Code of Criminal Procedure?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Do you know about the Texas Penal Code?
I'm familiar, but I'm not too familiar with a lot of statutes and codes.
Were you here for our earlier trial?
Oh,
No, I
that's
went
codes.
upstate.
I know you went to the felony court, but we were in trial earlier. Did you see what happened in trial earlier?
I had like a glimpse of it walking.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that the lawyers on both sides had to introduce evidence. There's a specific procedure that you have to follow to have evidence admitted. It's detailed in the codes. You have to know that because once you represent yourself, I'm going to treat you as if you were a lawyer. I will hold you to the same standard. And I'm not here to put you through law school because I have way too much drama as it is. I don't need any more drama, right? So if you don't do it the right way, I'm going to shut you down, right? I like to be nice to people, but I'm not taking
Jimbo asked, Artie, are these questions that are not only to test the person, but to make them rethink about representing themselves? Not really. It's, I mean, that's a, you can, I could see how you could see that. But the point of it is to, for the judge is to preserve the appeal. And the other one is to, at the very least, make the individual understand the consequences of representing themselves. But going through like his education background and his experience, his literacy, that's meant for the judge to make an adequate determination as to whether or not this person can, in fact, represent themselves. Because a judge can deny a person's representation. That's the point. That's the point of the Feretta hearing. But it's a high standard because the individual does have a fundamental right to represent themselves, but a judge can't deny it.
Taking you to school. Do you understand this?
Informed consent. Perfect. There
Do
it
you
is.
understand the charges against you?
I don't understand the nature of it.
Okay.
Oh, he
charged
doesn't
with
understand.
Unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail. What they're saying is that you unlawfully had a weapon. As a result, you were charged, and now you're facing up to a year. Do you understand?
Yeah, what you're telling me, but I still don't understand like why I went to jail for that. So that's why
What do you not understand?
the court procedures or
No. I'm asking
No,
about the
no.
nature of the charges. No, it's not. Don't talk about the
No.
procedures. Don't talk about the licensing, about the conveying.
Yeah, I know
No.
I'm getting charged for unlawful carry. And
Right.
the
Do you understand that?
yeah, what's going on?
Okay. You have the right, or you understand the range of punishment that you're facing a year, correct?
That's what I've been told.
Okay. You have the right to court-appointed counsel. Do you want counsel to represent you?
I don't want legal advice. I don't need a legal team. I just want law.
If I offer you a lawyer now, would you
I
want it?
them.
You really don't want a lawyer?
I represent myself. I could get none more by myself than anyone representing.
Your Honor,
me.
I beat Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Thank you, Taco.
Do you understand
$2.
that you will not be able to claim
True.
ineffective assistance counsel if you lose at a later time?
I
Whether
play
it's
the
in
entire
trial, whether it's in a
franchise.
hearing, whether anything. Do you
I
understand
know
that?
everything about Japanese law.
What that means is that you cannot appeal this thing. If you're found guilty and you go to jail, you know, a lot of lawyers or a lot of defendants like to claim, sorry, guys, I'll be 2 minutes. A lot of lawyers, a lot of defendants like to blame their lawyers for screwing up. And they say, hey, man, my lawyer messed up. I can tell you, like, that's the number one thing that defendants complain about. And probably, I don't know this for sure, but I would suspect probably the number one reason why cases are overturned because of ineffective assistance of counsel, meaning that a lawyer, for one reason or other, messed up so bad that their cases have to be redone. You cannot complain about that at a later time.
Mhm.
I've seen that many times. That's why I'm representing myself.
But you can't, if you mess up, you cannot appeal this thing. Do you understand? Once, and if you are found guilty, that's it. Do you understand? You also have to comply with the same appellate procedures if you lose, meaning that if you want to appeal for one reason or the other, you have to understand the guidelines and the timing, and you have to comply with those rules as well. Do you understand?
Mhm.
You will not be granted any special consideration because of your lack of formal training. Do you understand this? You may fail to properly raise points of error in the trial
Mhm.
record if we go to trial.
And if you don't do
Meaning
that, you can't
if we
raise them
go
on
to
appeal.
trial and you object to something, because that's you hear that a lot, right? I object. This shouldn't be in there. You have to object properly. You can't just say object. There has to be more to it. You have to state the reason for the objection. It has to be a legal reason. You can't just say I object and expect me to hold something out. You have to give the legal reason. And there's a proper method that you have to state and ask me to do things for it to be recognized on appeal. And if you don't know this, You cannot at a later date complain. Well, I didn't know that. You understand? You still don't want a lawyer. I will give you a free lawyer. Is this voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently made? No one's forcing you to do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Knowing all this, are you sure that you still want to represent yourself? I got to tell you, I think that you look like a great guy. You look like you're upstanding. I have no problems that you represent yourself. Understand that you need to be careful what you tell them, though. Everything that you say, even if you think you're hurting yourself by admitting one thing or the other, you could be hindering your case, meaning hurting your case, even if you think you're helping yourself. Do you understand? I'll make you a deal. If at any time you want a lawyer, all you got to do is ask and I'll give you one. Really. If you ever feel like you're under the gun, that you feel like someone's taking advantage of you, I'm happy to give you a lawyer at any time. I want you to understand now, as a condition of your bond, though, I'm ordering you not to drive until you have a Texas driver license and a liability insurance. I'm ordering you not to drive. And I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
I have personals.
Okay. You are not allowed to get into the driver's seat of a car and drive, convey,
Operate.
travel, however you want to term it. You cannot do that. And if I find that you do that, I'm going to put you in jail. And I'm going to make your bond so high, your head's going to spontaneously combust.
Oh,
Do
boy.
you understand?
Just like the conveyance you're
No,
you're
But
operating.
I'm telling you that you can't drive, convey, get into the driver's seat of a car. If you do, you're going to go to jail because I will revoke your bond. You understand? The only conditions I'm putting on you now are 3. No weapons, no picking up new cases, and don't get into the driver's seat of a car and drive, convey, travel. Are there any other adjectives that you can think of?
Sure there are, but
Operate.
I guess I'll put et cetera so that it tries to cover any type of wording, so to speak. All right. So, Mr. Ematom, I'm going to find that you are okay to represent yourself. We need you to sign a form that you're going to do that.
Even if I don't consent to any of these charges, because I do have my paperwork, I do have.
If you don't consent, just go. If you don't think we have jurisdiction, look, if I didn't think anyone had jurisdiction over me, do you think I would be here? If I was in your shoes? Hell no, man. If I
Hell
didn't
no.
think that someone didn't have jurisdiction over me to be anywhere, I'm not going there. I'm not going to get out, take a shower, put my clothes on, because I like to be naked, right? You know, I'm not doing anything like that, you know? So if you don't think we have it, just go. Otherwise, you're here. You know we do, right? Because if you,
I don't know. That's why I filed.
let me ask you this. If you just took off now, what would happen? There you go.
I
What does
can't,
that
I can't
warrant
hear
mean?
him. Warrant.
What does it mean?
On, or what do you mean as far as like the warrant?
As far as jurisdiction is concerned, do you think that, look, do you think that an officer is going to go out and actually pick someone up if they didn't think they had jurisdiction to do it? Do you know how much trouble they would get in? Do you know if Stephen went out there and arrested someone now just for shits and giggles, do you know how much trouble he would get in? Right? If he had no reason to do it, do you know how much trouble he would get in? Right, a lot. He'd lose his job. He'd probably get sued. Right? Can't claim immunity. He'd be toast, Swiss cheese. So that's what I'm saying. If you didn't really think that we didn't have jurisdiction,
I bet they were, Nathan.
I had to take care of this matter because
you know we have jurisdiction.
I don't know, because I was going to go to 515 Rusk and file my civil lawsuit with the officer who did arrest me because they did some unlawful, unconstitutional things that they did to me at that time. So I was going to take it there. You know, I didn't believe they had jurisdiction over me.
I would wait to see how this case goes first before you do that.
I
know,
would.
see how the case goes
I-
first before you start jumping the gun. Like,
That's what I was
Yeah.
waiting.
you know,
He
but
said it.
ultimately, you know, if I didn't think anyone had jurisdiction over me, I'm not going to go there, man. I have enough important things to do in my
Exactly.
life as it is. I mean, you've been sitting
Exactly. If you truly believe that they don't have jurisdiction over you, why are you even here?
here since 8:30 in the morning, where it's now nearly 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Really. Let's get this thing done. That way you can move on with your life. We can move on with our life and just everybody be happy. That's what it's about. All we want to do is protect our city. That's all we want to do, you know, and I'm going to do it at all costs. That's it. All right. I'm going to have you sign this affidavit.
Oh, so
After that,
stop
we'll get
licking
you out of
bite,
here.
and now you're starting to bite.
And
Is that what it is?
so, Mr. Emitom, you were going to have to make a plan to meet with Mr. Petrov here so that you guys can exchange evidence. This is, he is our chief DA here. He's the one who gets all the evidence. He's the one that's going to present it to you. You can either do it here in court with us, or you can meet with them at their office, because you're going to have to get the evidence to look at it regardless. I'm happy to take any motions that you have now, and I can look at them, and then we can come back at a later date and I can roll on it for you. I see that you have a bunch of papers. I'm happy to take anything that you have and I'll take a look over it, you know.
The clerk, last month. Motion of
Do you
discovery.
see anything?
Hey, I have the copy.
Which clerk did you file it with?
I have it right here, the copy.
You bit my pinky toe.
It was with Marilyn Burgess.
Is that for us? District clerk, right?
This is just.
We would still get it then, right, or no?
Yeah, and this is the reason called them last month.
You filed it under this case number or the felony court case number?
No, I filed it for this one on August 9th. I have this case number on there, 2522688.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh, wait a second. I see a motion for discovery. Is that it? It's a motion for discovery?
Yes,
Is that the only one that you've done?
so far.
Okay. I have to talk to officers and back. If you give me 5 minutes, let me take a look at it. And then I'm going to give you a copy so that you can look at it as well. Let me print it out. Pavel, I'm printing it out for you. If you want to just take a look at it real quick.
You done with him right now, you're on?
No, I need him to swear to this, please.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, this judge is really good. I wish I knew about this. I feel like I've seen a clip of this guy before, this judge before, but I had not actually
Let me just.
subscribed to him. I obviously
You
fixed that
should
now.
have- Will you take a look and tell me if you can agree with it or not?
Sure, Judge.
All right, we're gonna.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have seen him before. Fast forwarding. Oh, we're almost there.
I just got water, found out your name without asking.
You're still here. Why?
I just got waters.
Oh, you got water. Okay. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here so late.
What I'm here for, I guess.
Judge, did we have bond conditions? Because we stopped to get them.
I just did the no driving affidavit. That's it. All right, come up, Mr. Emitom.
Take that.
Let's go back. Can we go back on the record?
Going back on the record.
All right, Mr.
On the
Emitom, I've gotten your motion.
For the record. Let the record show. Oh
Have
boy.
you read it?
Yes, Your Honor, I've read through it.
And
Your Honor, at this time, the state would,
What?
I mean, the state wouldn't even be able to comply with this order because it's asking for an immediate order of discovery. It sounds like spontaneously I need to give
Well, other than
the
that,
opposing party.
I mean, and
There needs
is
to
there,
be
is he
timing
asked?
requirements, and it's not, the language is not aligned with crime procedure or penal code. But beyond that, the only two pieces that are requested
It's
that are
gobbledygook.
reasonable, that I can produce with a timeline are 1 and 7.
So, Mr. Emitom, understand that you will get discovery, but sometimes it takes time. It's not immediate. It takes time to build a case, to get videos, 911 calls, reports from officers. It takes time. It's not immediate. In your motion, I guess it says he wants it immediate.
Immediate order
There's just
of
no way. We can't.
an inspection. Yeah.
But we will get it to you as he gets it, he will give it to you. I can grant you the order. I will take off the immediate provision, but I can grant you everything that you want. I'll give you their case file. I can give it to you when they get it.
Yes, but Judge, this discovery order is requesting things outside of the scope of discovery.
Well, I'm not going to give him the kitchen sink. I mean, like what?
Everything else. I mean, so 1 and 7 are aligned. 1 is requesting any documents, papers, books, accounts, letters, photographs, videos, which are body cam, objects or tangible things not privileged which constitute or contain evidence. Of course, I'm going to hand that over.
Okay.
Yeah.
2, any and all names of any witnesses, the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas.
I mean, that's
County of
so
Harris,
broad, Mr.
And
Emmett.
or any political.
I mean,
Yeah.
you want every single witness in Harris County? That's what that's asking.
Wow.
for.
And
Emmett.
or any Superior Court, State of Texas.
I mean,
County
that's-
Of course. I'm
He
gonna
wants
hand
what?
that over.
Okay.
2, any and all names of any witnesses, the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas.
I mean, that's
County of
so
Harris,
broad, Mr. Emmett.
And or any political.
I mean, you want every
subdivisions.
single witness in Harris County? That's what that's asking for.
To properly represent myself for the case.
That's
You
4.2
want every
million people.
witness
Really?
in the state of Houston.
So that doesn't.
Or excuse me, state
I
of
mean, I'm
Houston.
not
City
gonna
of
grant that.
Houston.
That's silly.
It's too
You want-
broad, it doesn't go
Imagine
into.
any and all names of any witness for the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas, County of Harris, or any political subdivision thereof may have. That's so broad that to even try to comply with that would take years.
Yeah,
That's,
for
I
real.
mean, in relation to this case, yes, nothing else matters. The only thing that matters is this case and nothing else. So I'm happy to comply with the names of witnesses in this particular case. Yes, I will do that. And I can mark on there for this case only. Are you okay with that?
Your Honor,
Yeah, only-
in the event that you were to grant something like that, it would need to be filed by the defendant. What you're granting is what is written, not what is subsequently modified.
Okay, so I
So,
guess
The language just needs to
I'll
be
just, okay,
corrected.
so what I'm going to tell you is, you're right, Paul. I mean, right.
So
so
I just wanted to
I-
clarify that for the
You're
record.
representing yourself. I can't do the work for you, right? He so kindly is reminding me that because I trying to, right. So that's too broad.
We can go down the list if you wish, but.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we have.
So 3, a true and complete original or certified alleged contract with wet ink signatures between the petitioner, the
Oh no, the contract with a wet ink signature.
Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas, or political subdivisions thereof may have law states that in order for the Harris County, and he's not, I mean, it's not even citing law, valid lawful contract between the petitioner, let them bring it forward for petitioner's inspection or immediately dismiss all charges. I believe
No.
this is going into UCC. This is not.
I mean,
UCC
here you're going
contract.
into the sovereign citizen type language.
Just common law.
Okay,
No, this is sovereign citizen. It's not common law.
So, Your Honor,
Yeah,
I will not be agreeing
doesn't
to
apply
that.
here. There's no, I mean, you're saying a true and complete original and or certified copy of the alleged is not even spelled correctly, contract with wet ink. signatures between the petitioner and the Harris County Superior Court. I mean,
So I'm opposed to that.
what contract?
Contract complaint, whatever. I know this is statutory and it's not going over common law, so I'm not familiar with the statutes like I explained before.
Well, you're a lawyer now. You're gonna have to familiar yourself with it.
Yep.
Try me on statutes. I want to be tried on common law.
You're gonna have to do it. I'm not sure. There's no common law here. It's
Interesting.
everything's
Nope.
done by statute. There's no.
Yeah. Yeah. The sovereign citizens, they'd never figured this out. Actually, I know Michigan. There might be a couple other states out there. But the vast majority of states have codified their criminal law. Except for Michigan. Michigan still does its criminal proceedings under the common law, which I thought was interesting. But the vast majority of states, it's all via codification.
Common law here. It's all done by statute. And since you're the lawyer,
Just the facts. There is a SovCit chat GPT. There is. It exists.
you need to know that.
I recognize the steps
I
of
don't-
the
I-
statutory.
Well, it allegedly exists. I don't know whether or not it's the actual scam or if it's an actual bot, but there is a bot out there, a sovereign citizen bot.
Steps. That's why I don't recognize.
So
being tried in the
let
jurisdiction.
me ask you this. How on earth are you going to represent yourself if you don't even know that?
So I get
Uh-oh.
everything I need in my discovery. I
He's not no. He's going to give you body cams. He's going to give you 911 call. He's going to give you witness lists. And that's it. Right? Is there anything else that would be in here?
Going down the list.
I would, so there may be dash cam I need to check. So I haven't gotten the body cam or dash cam yet. I need to check what all this.
But Mr. Emmett Tom, I mean, let's get real. If you're having problems with things of this very elementary nature, how are you going to
Uh-oh.
represent yourself? I'm happy to give you a lawyer. You know, but some things are just, I mean, there's no,
We must,
I mean, Judge Fleischer is trying his best to help them. I mean, because it doesn't sound like this guy has gone full off the deep end. You know what I mean? I don't think so. This might actually be his first foray into SovCit land. So there's a chance to get him out of it. And he's trying.
conclude this hearing with the remainder of the list as well, and then we can go with,
hold on, just so he knows. So number 4, a true and complete original and or certified copies of the criminal record of the attorneys,
Criminal record.
judge, magistrate, pro tem, commissioners,
He wants everybody's.
witnesses, as well as all officers of this court.
He wants the criminal record of everyone.
Yeah, that,
What?
that doesn't apply here, really. I mean, you don't,
It's
my
completely
criminal history?
irrelevant.
You think I have criminal history?
I won't know until I get it.
Do I need to ask you also a higher court or a higher court look at this matter, or?
I mean, you certainly can. You can do anything you want to in life until someone says no, right? But I don't know where you're going to get. I mean, appellate courts need jobs too. How far are you going to get? I don't know. How much money are you going to waste? I don't know. A true and complete certified copy of all oaths, commissions, as well as bonds of all officers of the court, including but
Bonds.
not limited to deputies, court clerks, judges, magistrates, pro tems, commissioners that have or may decide to involve themselves in this matter, appointed or elected, signed under penalty or perjury on and for the official public record.
He's FOIAing everybody. Yeah.
Well, I don't
Including
know
the
what
court
bonds you're
clerk.
talking about. What bonds? Like James bonds?
Appearance bonds, bid bonds,
Which ones?
appearance bond, bid bonds.
Bid bond?
Familiar with that.
After that.
Political affiliation of any and all states, witnesses, and all officers of the court. So I can't.
state as opposed.
Epiphanies. Think of it the
I mean,
11th month.
no,
11th.
Really.
11 month.
Any evidence which in any way is exculpatory to the case? Yes.
Anything in state's possession, I'm unopposed to. I will produce anything exculpatory. That's in our
Brady.
possession. But
That's Brady stuff.
Number 8, documented proof of claim of injury signed under penalties of perjury with all immunities waived from the judges. of
Injured
this court,
party.
attorneys of record, the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas, County of Harris, as well as this court, and for the official record. Documented proof of claim of injury signed under penalties of perjury.
No
So
injured
what
party.
are you referring to there?
Is there an injured party?
Opposing party who made the complaint.
State of
What?
Texas, you
Against me,
mean?
Whoever made the complaint against me, who's the opposing party.
Okay, well, the Harris County District Attorney's Office.
Yeah.
Party they have to complain. Who's the? I don't recognize who that is.
What do you mean you don't
Oh.
recognize?
Said the state of Texas or Harris County's. What was that?
Right, so they alleged that you did something unlawful. As a result, the officer arrested you and then brought that information all to the Harris County District Attorney's Office. And then they, in a two-pronged matter, number one, I found probable cause in this case, and then a grand jury indicted you on your felony case. So it's the Harris County.
I haven't been indicted on that. I just came from upstairs. I haven't been indicted on that case yet.
Has it been indicted or no? Oh, well, I mean, they have, I think, up to 180 days to indict you, but
Has not been done.
not been indicted yet, okay. I mean, I guess, would it be the information is that he's asking for? That you want the charging instrument, I guess, is what you want.
Your Honor, again, I think it's just
I know that
a
it's,
textual misunderstanding, but if it were rephrased correctly, I can better understand what is being asked. And therefore, that's why I cannot agree to this order, because
I get it, but I'm
It
trying to
just
go through it with him
doesn't
so that he
align.
understands.
if it
He's
aligns
asking
with
for.
what, if it aligns with something I can understand, sure. I mean, I can understand what's being asked and then I can turn it over, but I don't have that. This is not that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, you know,
Yeah, I don't know what's not being understood mostly. Like,
here, let's go through number 13, just because there's a lot here that you got 16 and it's already 130. The CUSIP number tied to this case, which will show that this court and or officers of the court are
no.
profiting off this case,
Yeah.
and it is trading on the stock market on and for the official public record.
I'll
the
never
trustees
get
put
tired
the
of that
name,
claim.
it's on birth certificates right here. Administrator, I'm the beneficiary for their name. I've been the trustee. I have all my paperwork that I need to prove to the court. I mean,
And
that's
that
where I
may
made the
well be
trial.
good
That
for
is-
federal stuff, but not for us. This is state.
I'm familiar with a lot of statutes that they have.
A copy of all officers of the court registration report and profile, which is registered under Dunn and Bradstreet. on and
Bradstreet.
For the official public record.
There it is.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go through this motion more. It needs to be more specific. I'm, you know,
Point just for the record's purposes, the state is opposed to this motion in its entirety at this time.
so not 1 and 7 then.
Not with immediate, not that language.
Oh, right,
And we
okay.
cannot modify that.
So it needs to be more specific. You need to have a more like realistic guideline. They can't give you stuff immediate because he may not even have it in his possession. So I can't order him to give you something that he doesn't have in his possession.
How soon can they get, next trial date, my next court date, will they have it, or how soon?
I don't even know. I mean,
Body cam and dash, I can escalate that by the next court date. The lab, I'm unsure of a timeline at this time, the lab of the
Marijuana.
substance.
okay. And I'm
So-
gonna tell you now, it takes a lot. It takes quite a while to get labs done because, I mean, you imagine, we live in a city with 4 million people. Do you know how many people get arrested with alleged illegal substances that have to be tested? You get in line in front of everybody else.
I
So-
do have the lab results from the store that I got it from. I have the store that is in the lab result papers that they got it from in Houston, so I could submit that as well if it makes it quicker.
I mean,
I know y'all still have to do your
I
own.
know that you're saying that, but remember, there's always two sides to the story.
True.
So they need to test what they have to see what that is. And it's going to take a while, but it'll get done.
Mhm.
You just be patient, but it'll get done.
At this point, we are pending body cam dash in the lab. That is what
Okay.
discovery is pending. in the-
Typically what we do is we'll set it out 30 days and then we'll just have you come back. And
Yeah.
when you come back in 30 days, we'll see where they are. And then at that time, you guys can make a plan to go over the evidence. And you're not going to give him a copy though. He's just going to have to review it.
I believe it's subject to inspection.
Right. So you're going to have to come, bring a computer.
USB.
It's not through VHS, it's through,
I'm unaware. I'll familiarize myself more before the next court date of the transfer of.
you're going to probably need to bring yourself a computer that has a CD-ROM because usually they have stuff on CD-ROM drives.
Who
or
the hell
on
has that
CDs
anymore?
So that you're gonna have to be able to look at it. Any kind of dash cam, any kind of body cam, they usually put it on a CD-ROM or on a CD for you to be able to look at it. The only other thing I need you to do is I need you to swear to us that you're not gonna drive. I am making it a condition of your bond.
I hold that.
I mean, in fairness, I actually have an external CD-ROM drive, stuff somewhere along with my old cables.
Until
No.
I put all some stuff in my paperwork. I don't drive. I
No.
don't go by
No.
driver's license.
No.
I have my passport that I do go by.
Nope. I need you to do it now.
Passport.
Okay, I need you to do it. And I'm making it a condition of your bond that you
Uh-oh.
sign the document that you're not going to drive,
I don't want to
convey.
contract or consent to anything or agreements.
I don't want a
anything like
contract.
that because I'm still trying to see the.
I'm gonna revoke your bond if you're not, if you don't sign it, I'm gonna revoke your bond. That's it.
Uh-oh.
I gotta be forced to sign that. If I don't sign it, I can't have the option to take that.
Oh, no, I'm not, you don't have to sign it, but I'm gonna revoke your bond.
But in what matter of that?
Sorry,
I don't understand why my bond will get revoked because of that.
because I am ordering you as a condition of your bond, not to drive, convey, travel,
Operate.
any way you want to put it, behind the wheel of a car in Harris County, Texas, unless you are properly licensed with a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name.
And liability on my cars, I go by my US passport now. I don't go by my Texas driver license. I don't license it anymore. Not commercial.
Nevertheless, I'm having you sign a
Ah.
document that you understand and that you promise that you're not going to do it.
I don't understand it fully, but that's why.
If you don't,
Oh,
that's
please
okay,
don't.
but I am going to revoke your bond. And that's it.
Please tell me he's still going to refuse. Sorry. Please don't tell me that he's actually going to refuse and he's going to get hooked up because he won't sign. Please tell me that's not what happens.
Correct.
Being forced to sign this right now, or it's like, because
You don't have to sign it. You know the consequence. You're hearing it now. If you've never heard it before, you're hearing it now.
I'm
For the
avoiding
entirety
chat
of the
for
case.
spoilers.
If you do, if you get your driver's license and show me that you have,
I'm not a commercial driver. I don't engage in commerce. I don't do.
do you
anything.
think that the 5-year-old kid that gets hit and killed in a car or the 69-year-old grandmother that ends up paralyzed from an accident cares whether you were conveying, whether you were in commerce, non-commerce? Injuries don't care whether you're conveying, whether you're traveling. Accidents happen whether you're conveying,
Rude.
whether you're driving, whether you're traveling. That doesn't care, right? When you get into an accident, it doesn't matter in what method you're doing it. An accident is just that. And if you have an accident, I want to make sure that the other party will be taken care of. I'm only asking you to follow the law. I'm not asking you to split the atom here. Great.
Break the law or any of that, but
Great.
I don't
I'm
engage
asking you
in
to sign this. If you don't have to, but I'm going to revoke your bond. That's it. And Mr. Emeton, if you get a Texas driver's license and you get insurance, I won't take this deal off.
That's what I believe in, and that's believe the Constitution.
If you want to stand
That's
on your
okay.
beliefs,
Trying to apply that I need to get a license and insurance when I used to be a commercial driver for the state. I don't commercial drive anymore. I don't do medical transportation. I'm just a.
Did you hear what I said about an accident, about whether you're
I
conveying or
understand
traveling?
exactly what you mean about the accident.
Okay,
I know if I was to get on the accident road with no insurance, I could get sued and it'll be a civil matter and I go to jail. I understand that. That's why I travel very cautious. I don't.
you just said I drive.
I'm saying I
I
travel
drive.
very-
Yeah.
I was the driver.
Come on, don't be Helen
It
Keller.
caught him. Got him. Uh-oh.
And I'm trying to protect all of Harris County.
I'm not an
You're
engineer.
protecting you. I'm protecting all the 4.2 million people here. That's what I'm doing. Because if you get into an accident, I know that you're not going to be out a dime out of your pocket. But all those other people, they're going to be out a crap load of money. And I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every single person of Harris County. And I don't care if I offend you. I don't care if I make you mad. I don't care
Damn.
if your sensibilities are upset. Don't care.
Based.
I don't. All I want is every person protected. And that's it. And I'm doing what the law requires. I'm not asking you to do anything that's not outside the law. And you, as acting as a lawyer, should be able to look it up and see, because it's all in the transportation code. So you can sign it.
Sign
If you
it.
don't, I'll have you meet with Stephen. That's it.
I just want my rights preserved.
They're reserved.
I'm waiving my rights to the court.
No.
Signing that's waiving my rights. It's a contract. It's me.
What right are you waiving?
My right to travel. That's infringing my right to travel with the Constitution.
No,
wanna protect
no.
the rights of
Take the
14.
Dodge Patas.
14th, I don't know what that means.
Happy trails.
feet.
Use your feet. You can travel with your feet.
Get a
I
bus.
can't, but I live in Austin.
Get an
I don't
Uber.
live out here in Houston.
Take a bus. Take an Uber.
What the hell?
But I want to make sure if you're caught driving, I'm going to
I was-
put you in jail.
I did not pre-watch this. I did not pre-watch this, okay?
Spontaneously combust, because I want you to understand that I mean business and I'm protecting every single person I can. And that's it.
The court forced me to sign this right now.
No, no,
Ready to meet with jail or arrest if I don't sign this. Right
correct.
now.
That is correct.
I'm in
That's correct.
imprisonment if I don't sign this. This is on the record.
It's on a record. I have a reporter right here and it's on video. Can you file the bond conditions as well? No driving without a license, please.
This is it right here.
That, and I'm going to have them file it just in, so I can give you a copy as well.
Question. This is a case, he's on record tomorrow. His conditions don't make sense, basically.
Sorry.
251. Here's his way tomorrow. Order to get an interlock. Assuming the vehicle needed to be repaired because
I saw some of you still wanted to sign up about the.
You made a copy.
Wait, is that it?
Okay, just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. Get a license, get
there
the
it is.
insurance, come back, okay? All right, bud.
There it is.
It's still good enough for me. So I'm gonna put here, you swore him to this, right?
No. I just need the copy.
Oh. Oh no. Oh.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Page 1.
Get him back.
2501.
page 11, Martinez, rearranged that.
2501.
Judge, that was it.
That's it. All right, guys. Yeah, sorry, one more. Hey, I want you to know that even though you signed this, is that an E? Are you still on the record? Can you go on real quick? Just real quick. Is this a EZ?
Hold on.
Easy E.
Okay, Judge, go ahead.
Okay, so we're back on the record in 2522688. I had Mr. Emitom sign an affidavit promising us he's not going to drive, travel, convey in a car. And he signed it as, it says EC, is that right?
ECE.
ECE/all rights reserved, UCC 1-103.
Ah!
Is that your signature?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still gonna hold you to this if I find that you drive. And I'm gonna tell you now, you will end up going to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm just reserving my rights. That's all.
Understand, I'm gonna hold you to it if I catch you driving. It's gonna go sideways real quick. Okay, good. All right.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will not drive any motor vehicle without the court approval? Yes. Okay.
Done.
All right, now we're done. Now are we done?
Done. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for being patient.
Oh,
Not easy. I don't know.
It's,
No, your handwriting.
oh, defendant's signature and was sworn to it.
Okay.
This guy was taken into custody yesterday because he picked a driver.
And you hear the
without license
commentary?
suspended Or license invalid.
What's the
They wanna
cause number?
file a motion, 249-4638.
Yes.
well, one. All right, I guess not. Well, one. The way I understand why they set the UCC is based on because they think everything is a contract, including any sort of interaction with the state, and so any sort of signature that they put on a document is like assigning a contract. And so because of that, they rely on the UCC that deals with like contracts and commercial activity. So that's more, I presume, that's why they're so obsessed with using or citing to the UCC. That's my understanding. But all right, guys. I'm wrong. All right, Juan, you'll have to educate me in the in Discord. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. It's gonna be a rough Thursday. I'm gonna try and be live on Friday though. It's deadline week. I mean, it's so quickly afterwards. So, and also this little buddy wants to bite my fingers and toes, unless he gets some treats or something, right? Mate, huh? Or he gets scritches. All right. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Check out my Discord. Check out my merch store, www.artysmerch.com. Get yourself a hat and t-shirt. Buy one for your friends, your loved ones, hobo on the street. All right. See you guys. Take care. Adios. See ya.